Ben with Super Pump Podcast, day 4 of 40 epic days in the wilderness. And I am on the North Island of Caulker. It is a beautiful bird sanctuary here. You can see all kinds of different birds, and there are crocodiles in here. It's really a great estuary. But if you look off on the horizon, there is tremendous amount of development. Take a look that way, Robert. All these buildings being built. And as a byproduct of that, look behind me, right behind all those beautiful birds, tons of PVC pipes. Just this, I guess, they were doing plumbing. So you got supply lines, you got waste lines, all just literally in the estuary. It's really shameful. I want you to come on up here. And you almost can just feel that tension. I was telling my family, I was like, think about this island the way it is today. Because when you come back here in 5 years or 10 years, or heaven help you, 20 years, it's going to look completely different. It is going to be so built up. About the time I said that, as we were out here riding bikes and we're going through really what is pretty land, we came up upon, you're going to have to walk with me. Whoa, I thought I got a gator or a croc, but it wasn't a croc. But you come up here and you're going to see just the biggest, most massive developments you've ever seen. There's always been that tension between tourism and development and growth, and developers, and preserving the natural landscape. I grew up in Phoenix, where they were eating up the desert at a pace of an acre an hour for a long time. But look at this. This has all just been completely clear cut. There's not a stitch of marsh in there, maybe a mud puddle or two, but they are developing somebody's version of a perfect thing. You notice normally they have sand little driveways here, but now we're on this fancy limestone, all of which has to be shipped in on big old shipping barges at great personal cost. This is called Manatee Shores. I guess the manatees are out there, and you see the little cabana visual of paradise and the main thoroughfare in with all these different developed lots. I want you to come on up here, and I'm going to show you a little bit more. We have to think about these choices we make in our lives and in our businesses about these trade-offs between developed and undeveloped land. In a lot of ways, as a tourist, as an explorer, I'm fueling this by coming here, paying money, being a part of all that this is. And I love it here. But I also don't love what it's doing to the natural landscape. I want you to just see this last final piece of this here. This is just massive, massive development here on the North Island of Caulker. You can see it goes on. They've got a little burn pile. They've got cement mixers, all kinds of big spools of wires and so forth. This entire end of the island is going to be no more. As you travel, think about how can you leave as little footprint as possible? How can you leave it so that your children or your grandchildren can enjoy it too? If you do, I think you're going to be much more super pumped, and I think your experience is going to be much more super pumped. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy nature as you can before it gets too developed and overrun with golf carts. See the golf cart? Here they come. Super pumped out. Super Pumped still on foot and trying to chase the golf carts out of the developments. Thanks for joining me today.